Hello, what's up, ballers? If you're not glued to your screen right now, you better be, because this isn't just a baseball story, it's a full-blown scandal, a front office bloodbath that's got the entire league shaking in their cleats. Picture this. Jim Bowden, the legendary architect who built championship-caliber Red squads back in the day, just went off on national television like a man possessed, absolutely obliterating some of MLB's biggest, richest teams for being too cheap, too cowardly, too downright stupid to sign one of the purest power hitters this game has ever seen. And the bombshell? Eugenio Suárez. Yeah, the guy who just launched 49 home runs last season. Inks a one-year, $15 million deal with the Cincinnati Reds, complete with a mutual option for 2027. $15 million? 449 dingers? That's not a contract, that's highway robbery in reverse. This is controversial, game-changing, and straight-up infuriating. Fans are rioting in the comments, GMs are hiding under their desks, and I'm here to tell you why this could be the biggest conspiracy in baseball since the steroid era. Is Bowden exposing a rigged system, or are teams just blind? Let's break it down step by step, because if you miss this, you're missing the revolution. Alright, let's set the scene, folks, because this drama unfolded like a thriller, and if you weren't watching, you got left in the dust. Just a few days ago, right here on this channel, we were dissecting Jim Bowden's fiery rant. Suárez, fresh off his 49 HR masterpiece, was getting zero interest from teams. Crickets. Absolute silence from the so-called powerhouses. Bowden was livid, calling it insane that a hitter of this caliber couldn't find a suitor. And guess what? He was spot on. The Reds swooped in like eagles on prey, locking Suárez up for what amounts to pocket change in today's bloated market. $15 million for a full season of elite, game-changing production? Meanwhile, teams like the Cubs, Red Sox, and Pirates, who were all rumored to be in the mix, sat on their hands and did nothing. Why the outrage? Because in a world where Kyle Tucker cashes in for $60 million a year on 24 homers, Suárez, who doubled that output, gets scraps? This isn't just bad business, it's a wake-up call screaming conspiracy. Are GMs colluding to keep small markets like Cincinnati down, or are they just incompetent? People are furious, and rightfully so. Imagine the fan forums blowing up. How does this even happen? Bowden's right, shame on them. The tension's building and it's only getting worse. Here's the crazy part. Bowden didn't hold back, naming names and shaming the league's elite. What if this is the tip of the iceberg, a sign that free agency is broken? You tell me, is Suárez the victim of a bigger plot? Now, for those of you who might be new to the Suárez saga, and trust me if you are, you're in for a treat, let's dive deep into who this guy is. Eugenio Suárez isn't just a hitter, he's a legend, a two-time All-Star, and the 19th player in MLB history to pull off the impossible. 4 home runs in one game. Yeah, against the Atlanta Braves on April 26 last year. A feat that had fans chanting his name and analysts drooling. With 325 career home runs under his belt, he's rubbing shoulders with the elite power gods of his generation. Guys like Giancarlo Stanton and Joey Gallo. Last season's stats? Insane. He split time between the Arizona Diamondbacks and Seattle Mariners, slashing .248/.320/.576 with the D-backs. That's an OPS over .890 in just 107 games before the trade deadline. And get this, Seattle traded 3 prospects, Juan Berenger, Tyler Locklear, and Hunter Cranton, just to acquire him as a rental. That's how desperate teams were for his bat. Now the Reds get him for straight cash. No prospects, no headaches. Suárez's history with Cincinnati? It's a love story. He was their star from 2015 to 2021, hitting 34 homers in 2018 to earn his first All-Star nod, and peaking in 2019 with those 49 dingers, finishing second in the NL MVP race behind Pete Alonso. He was the face of the franchise, colorful hair, swagger at the plate, beloved by fans. Then, in a brutal cost-cutting move, the Reds traded him to Seattle before 2022, devastating supporters who felt the team abandoned a hero. Now he's back, a redemption arc that's got emotional weight, like a prodigal son returning. The Reds? They're the eternal underdogs, scrapping against behemoths like the Dodgers and Yankees, always innovating because they can't outspend. This signing? It's their defiant victory lap, proving small markets can still win big. But here's the intrigue. Suárez at 34? Is this his swan song or a resurgence? Fans are betting on the latter, and with his track record, who can blame them? Alright, let's get into the meat of this, the conspiracy angle that's got everyone whispering. Because this isn't just a missed opportunity, it smells like a setup, a strategic manipulation that's part of a larger league-wide scheme. Jim Bowden's rant? It's not random, it's a veteran insider exposing the rot. Why did powerhouse teams like the Cubs, Red Sox, and Pirates, all starving for power, completely ghost Suárez? Were they too cheap, too risk-averse, or is there something more sinister? Think about it. Suárez has bounced between the Reds, D-backs, and Mariners like a political hot potato. He thrives in hitter-friendly parks like Cincinnati's Great American Ballpark, short porches, humid summers that make balls fly, but tanks in pitcher paradises like Seattle's T-Mobile Park, where the marine layer kills fly balls. Coincidence? I don't think so. Teams knew he'd feast in Cincy, yet they passed. Bowden's calling it out. Shame on you for not being aggressive. This feels like collusion to maintain the status quo, big markets hoarding young stars while starving small ones, inflating prices for mediocrity and ignoring true bargains. What if Bowden's right and this is just the start? Are GMs secretly agreeing to let Suárez slip to keep the Reds weak, ensuring the Yankees and Dodgers dominate forever? Fans are connecting dots. It's rigged, one tweeted. Bowden's blowing the whistle on a fix. Another said. The tension's escalating. Is this a one-off blunder, or evidence of a broken system where front offices prioritize ego over wins? Rhetorical question. If Suárez was too old, or too risky, why did Seattle trade prospects for him as a rental? The plot thickens and it's making heads explode. What dark secrets is Bowden hinting at? You decide. But this conspiracy could rewrite baseball's power dynamics. Let's put this in perspective with some killer comparisons, because numbers don't lie, and this deal exposes the market's madness. Kyle Tucker signs with the Dodgers for 4 years, $240 million to $60 million annually for 24 homers. Suárez? 49 homers? Double that, and gets $15 million? Bo Bichette inks with the Mets for 3 years, $126 million to $42 million a year for 18 dingers. Suárez's output dwarfs it, yet he's paid less than a third? Make it make sense because I sure can't. Bowden's rant echoes here. Teams should be ashamed. This mirrors historical blunders. Remember the Reds trading away Joey Votto in his prime for pennies, or Aroldis Chapman for a song? Cost-cutting disasters that haunt them. Or the Pirates' allergy to spending, letting stars like Andrew McCutchen walk? It's a pattern. Big teams waste fortunes on overhyped mediocrity, while small ones snag steals. Suárez's deal is like finding a Bugatti for the price of a scooter. Rhetorical. If Tucker and Bichette are worth that, what does that say about Suárez, or the league's valuation insanity? Fans are raging. Bowden nailed it, MLB's lost its mind. Media's piling on, calling it the steal of the century. Compared to past bargains like the Astros signing Justin Verlander cheap, this is next level. The outrage? It's building to a fever pitch, proving Bowden's point. Aggression pays, cowardice costs. Shifting gears to the nitty-gritty, roster fit. This signing isn't just a splash, it's a transformation that could make the Reds unstoppable. Suárez slots perfectly at designated hitter. Smart move, since at 34 his third-base defense has declined, career errors are a red flag, but his bat? It's a weapon of mass destruction. The Reds get 150-plus games of pure power without defensive liabilities, maximizing his output while resting him on tough schedules. Salary dynamics? $15 million is a steal in this inflated era. Under $300,000 per homer if he hits 50. The mutual option? Brilliant flexibility. Reds evaluate for a year. Suárez can opt out for bigger bucks or stay for stability. Depth chart upgrade? Massive. Pair him with Elly De La Cruz, young speed demon, Jonathan India, on-base guru, and Spencer Steer, reliable vet, and suddenly the Reds have a lineup that scores in bunches. NL Central rivals like the Cubs, Cardinals, Brewers, and Pirates? They're in trouble. No long-term risk. If Suárez falters, cut bait. If he mashes, extend. This is front office genius, proving small teams can innovate. But for the losers? Roster holes scream. Cubs still lack middle-order punch, Red Sox need AL East firepower, Pirates? Embarrassing stagnation. The tension's rising. How will these teams explain this to fans? Rhetorical. Is Suárez the missing piece, or just the start of Cincinnati's revenge? Time for the scouting deep dive, because Suárez isn't just stats, he's a scouting marvel. Strengths. Raw power, 49 hours, 118 RBIs, .576 slugging with D-backs. Durability? Iron Man, 159 games last year, 158 in 2024, 159 in 2019. In Cincy? Projections are wild, 50 to 55 hours with fans dreaming of 65. Weaknesses? Strikeouts led MLB in 2019, but in today's launch angle era, power trumps whiffs. He drives runs, posts a .320 OBP, and in gaps hitter haven, outs become homers. Age 34? He's a machine, no injuries, full seasons. Compared to Tucker, younger, gold glove defense, or Bichette, complete hitter, Suárez is a power specialist, but what power? Stats scream, 325 hours, all-star resume. If he repeats, he's Cooperstown bound. Scouts rave, he's peaking again. The intrigue? Ballpark factors. He rakes in Cincy, struggles in Seattle. This signing? A scouting masterclass. Fans are hyped. Suárez at DH? Genius. But skeptics worry about decline. What do you think? Is he worth the risk? Oh, the fallout? It's apocalyptic. Rival teams and fans are erupting like volcanoes. Cubs supporters, we could have had that bat, now we're sunk. Red Sox execs, regretting not bolstering against Yankees/Blue Jays. Pirates? Their miserly rep is exposed. Media's amplifying Bowden, shame on the league. One analyst, this proves free agency's broken. Executives? Scrambling, Bowden's words are bulletin board fuel. Fans? Hilarious chaos. Tweets, Suárez hitting 65 at Great American Small Park. Reds signed a relevant player? Mind blown. Reds fans, ecstatic homecoming. But league-wide? Jealous rage. Rangers, Twins, Orioles, all could have used him, now face him as foes. Conspiracy buzz, collusion exposed. The tension's peaking. Is this Bowden's legacy moment? Zooming out, this reshapes everything. Reds? NL Central Kings, cheap upgrade, scary lineup. Free agency? Bargains exist, teams must adapt. Competitive balance? Exposes divides, small markets innovate, big ones waste. Suárez could opt out post-monster year, resetting markets. Conspiracy deepens, rigged to favor spenders? This sparks change. For baseball? Wake-up call, power wins titles. Rhetorical, if Suárez hits 50, who looks foolish? The implications? Revolutionary. Bottom line, Reds stole a 49 HR Titan for $15 million, validating Bowden's fury. Shame on the cheapskates, glory to Cincy. Conspiracy or genius? You decide. What do you think, Suárez's HR total? Drop it below. Smash like, subscribe, debate. Baseball's exploding, stay tuned.